Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing, man? I am with a good friend of the show, my brother from another mother, Mr. DeVore. How you doing, man?
What is going on, Shake? It is good to be back in such a very, very critical time for the Miami Dolphins fans. But as you can see, oh no, not this guy is the headline. I'm waiting for that first comment to pop up, but I'm ready to roll, baby. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, man. You know, as long as I'm on here, man, you know you're always gonna be welcome on the Fins tailgate. So as always, hey man, we about to get into some topics, but before we do, let's get this intro.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new role of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor. We're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
Yo, hey, check this out, man. So, as you all know, next year, hopefully, knock on wood, because you never know what Rockstar, those motherfuckers could be backing shit up. But next year, Vice City is coming out, right? That's the game I'm anticipating the most. The second they have a release date, I'm putting in my vacation time. I will be playing that for a week straight. So if it's during the football season, too bad, so sad you ain't gonna see my face. Anyway, so in celebration of this new game, especially being it's Vice City, it's gonna be Miami. Me and HB, we brainstormed together. I gave him the vision. He put it together for me. HB made this happen. He brought my vision into reality. So check this out, man. I just got it right now. Boom.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. Fins Tailgate Vice City. And the best part, man, listen, I ordered that shit. I ordered it on Thursday. I got it yesterday. So fast delivery, and I got my This is what I do. Like last time I got this. See this tumbler, Breaking Bad tumbler. I got my own little stick, my own logo sticker on there. I put on there.
I didn't know you was a Breaking Bad fan.
Oh hell yeah! Oh dog. You I don't know if you see on my Facebook, dude. I went through. Obviously, I got married in Vegas.
Right.
And for my honeymoon, I went through all the Breaking Bad. I went to Pollo Hermano. I went to the place where they were cooking the meth. You know, the little factory, underground factory lab. I went to the retirement home. I went to a lot of places. I went to all the places where the Breaking Bad was being filmed.
That's definitely like my favorite show ever.
Oh shit!
I love that show. Like I was in the process of actually rewatching it recently on Netflix, but like I try to watch it at least maybe once a year, the whole series, beginning to end, because it's such a phenomenal show. What's up, Bless, man? How you doing, man?
What's going on, DeVore? How you doing?
I'm good. You a Breaking Bad fan?
You know what? I tried to watch it. I started watching it once.
Look. I got this at the car wash.
I started watching it once, and I didn't get back into it. So I gotta check it.
Yeah,
I definitely remember it being badass, though.
I got this at the Breaking Bad Museum. I got the Walter White and what's the? Oh yeah, this I'm not gonna eat it, man. But it's it's candy, Blue Rock candy.
It's the Blue Magic. I said Blue Magic.
Yeah, the
wrong movie.
Blue.
Yeah.
Blue Crystal, Blue Crystal. But for the audience at home, it's definitely a slow burn TV show. But once you get like they put the train on the tracks and it rolls, like you'll never stop watching it. So
speaking of train on the tracks, did you see that video with the girl in Florida getting her car stuck on the Bright Line track and that train smashing her car? You didn't see that today? Oh man, yeah, of course, Florida, man.
Hey, let me give a few shout outs real quick. My man Lewis, what's up? John Featherland, Ryan AP Ryan, what's up? We have damn stupid mouse. Timothy Washington, no relations to the Washington brothers. My man Chef Jew, I am Bob in the building. CBA3, what's up? It's another beautiful day in Zamunda. Cat for life. And of course, by the way, before we get into the first topic, we gotta throw it to this man real quick.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts. Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
All right. So, y'all the guests, let me ask you this. I'm going to let y'all vote. I have two topics that I want to get today. Tyler versus Skyler, or do you think it was a bad move to give these players the bag before the year started?
Oh, hindsight.
I personally, I think the bag, a big contract topic probably leads into the Skylar versus Tyler conversation. So I think we should start off with the bag.
All right. So now that being said, now that we know what we're gonna, so what do you guys think? Listen, no, and again, this isn't a tool issue because at the end of the day, it's a Waddle, Hill, and Jaylen Ramsey have not really played up to par.
And
except
Mike
for
McDaniel.
Hill had that one game. Hill had the one game, but still, they're not living up to the billing, and it really doesn't matter with the coach because he doesn't. We're not stuck with him because that has no cap ramifications. Unfortunately, the guys we did sign has cap ramification, and so we still got to pay Phillips and we still got to pay Holland, either we gonna, are we gonna let them walk or are we gonna keep them?
I was shocked that we signed Ramsey. Everybody else, I think that made sense. It made sense at the time.
But what got me about Ramsey is, okay, listen, again, Ramsey is a great cornerback. He's a leader, he's instinctive and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, to make someone that's on the other side of 30 the highest paid cornerback, I think it was crazy.
That's Buck.
Let me ask you this, because
they want to, and again, as much as I hate Christian Wilkins, at least Christian Wilkins, I know I didn't hate him, but as much as I didn't want to pay him, at least Christian Wilkins is hitting his stride. So, and same thing with Hunt.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Let me ask you a question. If you was to would you put Jaylen Ramsey in your top 5 corners in the NFL right now?
Let me see. What am I thinking about? What am I missing?
Definitely top 10.
I probably would. Yeah, I think I would.
I would put top 10. I would put. I want to say 5.
I say top 5.
Top 10.
Okay, so obviously, I think it was last week, the Atlanta Falcons.
Real quick, who would you put? Give me your top 5 before you do, bless man. Give me your.
For me,
yeah.
I was thinking Surtain. I was thinking Snead, but Snead just had a really good year. I'm not sure if he's better than Jaylen Ramsey yet, right? I was thinking Ward from San Francisco, but again, Jaylen Ramsey gets the respect because he's been doing it for a long time. That's how. So, and because he's been doing it for a long time at a high level, he has to be top 5. I can't make any of these new dudes that, even though they've had a good short run, be better than Jaylen Ramsey. So he has to be in the top 5.
So this is where I'm getting at with this, because the Falcons gave AJ Terrell a contract extension last week, which at the time made him the highest paid corner. And I believe when I looked at it, he's only had like 3 interceptions in like the past 3 years. So it's you obviously know how the market works. Like, everybody's sitting back looking at this contract like, yo, I'm way better than this guy. So the Dolphins literally had no choice but to pay Jaylen Ramsey that premium just to keep him happy on this roster.
So you got like Jair Alexander
from the Blitz Pickup, hottest new show, Dolphin show out there. Be sure to give them a subscribe. They're they just starting and they already doing big things over there.
But look, okay, you got Sauce Gardner, right? Sauce Gardner, I would say. Big Trace.
When he come up, he gonna get something enormous. But
yeah,
Sauce Gardner, ain't that a dude who be grabbing people all the time?
Yeah, he played the game. He remind me of Deion a little bit with his style. You know what I mean? He remind me, but he can actually tackle people too, though. So Stephon Gilmore's not that guy no more. Denzel Ward is okay. He's still that dude. You know what I mean?
What about Snead?
Snead, I love Snead.
He's an up and comer, but I'll throw him in. I'll throw him in the 10.
Yeah.
My boy from the Jaguars, he's out for the season right now, but he's nice. We said I struggle. Tyson Campbell, that's his name. I struggle with.
What about Diggs?
And that's what I was about to get to. I struggle with him. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of Trayvon Diggs, but it kind of like contradicts what our narrative has been with Xavier Howard, as far as like being able to catch interceptions. So I kind of feel like I'm obligated to put Trayvon Diggs in the top 10. He ain't top 5. He'll be in the top 10.
Marlon Humphrey?
Nah, his spot has been taken from Brandon Stevens.
Sean Lattimore.
Quiet player, but that's tough. That's really tough.
McDuffie from the Chiefs?
He's good. I like him. He's good. What number are we at? Because you could throw.
I think Ramsey's better. Is a tight within all the guys that we named. That Ramsey's definitely top 5.
He's top 3 because you got to think about it. Mm-hmm. He's not just guarding corners. Mm-hmm. He can go out and guard a tight end. Like, he's probably the most versatile corner on the list.
You know
like
what?
I get Surtain, like
Yeah.
he's locked down, but you got to understand. Like I've seen Jalen Ramsey go out there and guard Kelsey and Kittle and players like that. So you gotta factor in versatility when it comes to Jalen Ramsey's concern.
Sure. So yeah, Shake. That's why they paid him a corner north of 30, a little bit that money. You know why? Because he's going to wind up being like Woodson and them going to move into safety. You know what I mean? So he'll still be valuable and one of those smart players that you could put all over the field as a chess piece. You know what I mean? So he'll be there.
I mean, what do you think that apparently he the wide receiver that we should have drafted, I think, kind of cooked him a little bit.
You talking about Brian Thomas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brian Thomas was putting in that work
out there, bro. He looking good out there. You know what I mean? Before Harrison showed down, he was looking like the best. He was looking like the best rookie. You know what I mean?
I will. Can I say this real quick because I did watch the reaction, game reaction from the Jaguars and the Dolphins on the Fins tailgate, and the topic came up as far as who had the better game, Tua or Trevor Lawrence. But if we're being honest, Trevor Lawrence definitely had the better game than Tua, and we're not. They didn't even mention the part about the pass interference call because Ramsey was burnt, like he was done. That's basically, if we're thinking about it, that's two touchdowns that Trevor Lawrence should have had under his stat sheet that game.
But what happened? What was the pass interference on?
It was on Ramsey. It was a deep pass to Brian Thomas, and it set up the Jaguars at the 1 yard line, and I believe ETN ran it in for a touchdown.
Right.
So you think he's going to be converted to safety eventually?
Yeah, I think so.
He's versatile enough to be able to play a safety role.
I think so. He plays the star position, which is a low of the field anyway. So yeah, he does. You see, like there was that one hustle play that we had on defense, where when we shut them down, when they were trying to reverse fields, and Ramsey came to tackle.
That's important too. Like you got to think about it. A lot of corners don't like to tackle. Like Ramsey gets involved. So if he was to make that conversion, like tackling is the second most important thing that you need to have as far as playing safety, because they're asked to do so much. Like you got to be able to guard the back end. You're like literally the last line of defense. Sometimes roll around the line of scrimmage and be able to make the tackle, and you're hanging around the offensive linemen and the tight ends most of the time. So you got to be able to get blown up, but still be able to make an impact. So yeah, he can definitely make that transition. None of the guys on that list, in my honest opinion, can make that transition to be versatile enough to play that Roman defensive back position.
Yeah. So, all right. With that being said, what about how do you feel about Waddle's performance thus far?
So can we really blame? I can't blame Waddle because I feel like Tua in game 1 and especially game 2, Waddle's performance is reliant on how Tua plays, and Tua hasn't looked too well in the first 2 games. Like I felt like he played horrible in the first game against the Jaguars, multiple overthrows. Everybody gets all overhyped about that 80-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, but if we're being honest, before that big play happened, it wasn't looking too good. So Waddle's dependent on Tua, and at this point, he's dependent on whoever we decide at the end of this pod who deserves to be the starter moving forward. So I can't really put that on. And also, he had to get tested for a concussion. So I'm not too sure that he didn't have one. He just passed concussion protocol.
Yeah. He was resisting it. You know what? You can tell because he was. I'm gonna be honest. What I think about Waddle makes me nervous, and Waddle been making me nervous since last year because it seems like every other hit he stays down. I'm saying he's going through something like the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's what I've seen lately. He had a good game the first game. You know what I mean? He did his thing, but But even in that game, you know what I mean? There was the points where like Waddle's down again. You know what I mean? And that's continuous. And it's like there was a selection like lad. Everybody's like was wondering. There was a time when we had a formation when it was Dubose, it was those chosen and Burials out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, and it kind of shouldn't happen. But they both, as great as they are, down the stretch, can that style of play sustain during the whole season, where to the point where they're effective in December and in January? You know what I mean? Because by then, usually they're going through a couple of injuries by that time in the year, because they're smaller players. We need to take some pressure off of them by getting the ball to other people.
I have a philosophy, because I was never on board with drafting Waddle, because I have a strong believer that if the receiver is not at least 6'3", I don't think he deserves to go in the top 10, because those little guys really struggle against press coverage, and then it's not physical enough. Now Tyreek Hill, obviously he's an exception.
He's an exception.
Waddle,
but even he struggled in the playoffs in press coverage.
He did, but I just feel like those little guys, yeah, they're nice in the slot, they're shifty, they're exciting, they got breakaway speed, but when it comes down to you having to deal with press coverage and your quarterback is under heat, getting separation and stuff like that, then 50-50 balls, it's most importantly in the red zone. Yeah. When you can't when you can't get no type of offense, you give your boy a shot. If you're under 6'3", you're really limiting your team.
Definitely limiting your team. And then they had 23 drops between them last year. And then tweaking Waddle. It's a lot of drops, man.
So I want to take it back to the voice real quick, because when you said that Barrios shouldn't have been out there and the boys shouldn't have been out there.
I mean, I'm just saying like that. I'm just like that's our lineup, because we know we they shouldn't. Let's be real. It's supposed to be OBJ. It's supposed to be Washington. It's supposed to be Eazy-E. It's supposed to be Malik. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be that's not Craycraft.
Let me give you an alternative. Because I'm a strong believer in Jonnu Smith being a big receiver. Like, he has speed like a receiver. So if we could possibly line him up as a receiver, Julian Hill, that's a big dude. Like, we trying to work him in, get him some game experience. Mm-hmm. Smythe, he's not a very good pass catcher, but he can be serviceable as he's shown last year. Honestly, I feel like we'd be better off with running with those three, with Waddle and Tariq out there, than bringing Du Bois and Barrios in at this point.
I agree 1,000%. 1,000% with that. Like, with you know what? We also have Tanner Connor. Put him in there.
It would also open up the running game too, because it would be a mismatch nightmare.
Yeah. What are you doing, Mike? Mike McDaniels he baffles me this year. I haven't seen that magic that from him as a coach that we know. I expected this year to start and be excited about some new wrinkle that he was bringing to the table, kind of like last year when we was doing the blowhole. You know what I'm saying? What happened to that? Like, it feels mundane. It feels like the imagination is out of the offense. I don't see it. Maybe it's the execution, but I just don't see it this year. I don't see it in the play calls to me.
Do you think it might have been just teams just caught on to what we were doing?
Yes, that's exactly it.
So, okay, I know we try to stay away from the Tua topic as much as possible. I know everybody got spouses in this chat, on this panel, but you know how, like, when your girl does something so ridiculous and you can't say anything because you don't want to cause a scene, and you just tilt your head back like,
wait till we get home.
Yeah. So how many times have you seen Mike McDaniel make that face when Tua does something wrong? This year, because last year he was all energetic and like running up and down the field, but you don't see him as energetic anymore because he really doesn't have anything else to call.
You know, it's annoying. Like the throwaway interception, pick six. He had a check down like right to his right, away from the pressure. And you know what I mean? It's just
okay.
Panic.
I'm sorry.
It makes me
bad.
It annoys me.
Yes, Nene, that happens too.
It annoys me. It annoys me.
By the way, that's what my wife does to me. I know.
But back to the topic at hand. But yeah, I just feel like at this point, it's gonna you're just gonna have to see what happens this Sunday with the Seahawks. What kind of all the offensive plays are going to be called based off of that first drive. I'll be able to know.
I want to see a Tyler package. I want his first week. Give him like 6 plays.
6 plays?
I don't think that's coming.
3 in the first half, 3 in the second half.
If we're down 35-0, then you'll see a Tyler Huntley package.
Oh well. I hope Gino, man. Gino.
That's the only time you're gonna see him.
Gino's,
you might not even see him then.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it, but it'll be awesome.
Well, I don't know. We'll let Skylar have his opportunity. We'll let Skylar have his opportunity. He had a whole week.
He can have his opportunity. He's the starter. No, we know.
Right. Of the game. Y'all ready to jump into the next topic real quick?
Yeah.
We're kind of going there.
But we're kind of going there. But when you said contracts, I felt like Tua's what's the word I want to use? His limitations led to the Waddle contract.
All right.
Like, to be honest, his limitations led to Waddle being drafted, if we're being honest. Everybody's just afraid to admit.
Wait, who led to him? Who being drafted? Say that again.
Because we drafted players that could get open right off the line, quick.
Yes. So
as opposed to big players.
It goes
hand in hand.
Yeah, that's what he said.
By the way,
to match up.
All right, real quick, let's jump into the subject. But real quick, before I do, I want to give credit to Bless Man, Ty Bless. He's the reason why he's one of the reasons I invited him on here, because shout out to, if you're on Facebook, go to Dolphins Den, great community. It's kind of like the Fins tailgate where there's no Tua lovers, there's Tua lovers, there's Tua haters, there's everybody in between
gets
on there.
Equals say they don't get kicked out for saying wild shit about the Dolphins. Basically, you can say whatever you want. You gotta duke it out. You gotta stand there like a man.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a free for all. I like that. That's one of the reasons I love Dolphins. Then you know, but at the end, anyway, we're on a group chat, and God bless. The one thing that caught my ears when you said, "Damn, I finally agree with TD on something." I think it was the Tyler Huntley signing. So I really had to get your opinion. You know what I'm saying on this topic. Yeah, you really agree with TD, so I figured you agree with TD.
What was the emphasis on agreeing with TD about Tyler Huntley?
About him being a dog.
Probably his mobility. Not limiting the offense. That's TD's
I don't like.
You think the offense is limited?
Let me tell you something. When you're gonna bring somebody in off the street to come try to run an offense this complicated, to be able to simplify and have an out with a quarterback who can boogie like he could boogie, that's a great thing for us. Especially if he's looking to run and to find. It gives Waddle and Reek more time to break a regular as mundane pattern and get open. It opens up everything. I'm telling you, he's never had these kind of weapons as a quarterback, right? So let's see what's good. You know what I mean? I don't know.
All right, here we go. So here we go. We got, as I previewed, Skyler.
Yeah.
Versus Tyler. He's wearing the number 14. He's wearing
I thought it said.
That's an ugly number, bro.
I
feel like they should have retired that number with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is ugly quarterback number.
Hey, Dan Fouts was 14.
Hey, well, it looked better on Jarvis, but it should have left with Jarvis. Yeah, nobody else should have wore that number. That's an ugly quarterback number, yo. I cannot. No, I know 14. That's nasty.
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl with it.
I wouldn't be opposed to him unretiring 13 and wearing the goddamn.
Easy. That's so old. Don't do that.
How could you said Huntley wear 13?
I'll retire 12 before 13. I'm just being honest. That's just me, but
yeah.
And he won a Super Bowl.
So Tyler he's played 20 games, right, in his career. He is 221 out of 342 passes, 64 completion rating, 1,000. He has 1,000 yards, 1,900 yards passing, 8 TDs and 7 interceptions.
Oh, talk about Tyler. Okay.
He's been sacked 29 times.
Damn.
And he has out of he has 115 carries for 509 yards rushing. So
and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 4 fumbles, 1 lost. So
okay, he gets the ball back.
So together, between passing and rushing, he has nearly
11
of 1,500 yards.
11 TDs.
So, and then of course he's 0-2 in the playoffs. I gotta bring that up real quick.
Okay.
He's 0-2 in the playoffs.
Cincinnati game.
With both games passing yards, he has a combined of 86 passing yards, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Ooh,
86 yards, no touchdowns in rushing. So that should
86 rushing yards in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what happened, right? Crypto, they doubled up on Edward. I mean, what's his name? I'm sorry, number 89.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews. I don't know. I always call him Edwards. Andrews. That's all they did. They realized that's all he was throwing into. They were like, okay, we're gonna shut this down.
They didn't have Steve Smith Sr. at the time. The luxury for him to throw to a good guy.
They had Duvernay and what's his name? Bateman.
Bateman's always hurt, but based off of the stat you just read, there's not a lot of experience there.
Not a receiver, no experience at the wideout.
Yeah,
so
they did consistently throw too.
With these weapons, I don't know, man. We could do something, bro.
But then again, you got to think about the skill set of the weapons too. The type of weapons he was. It wasn't like
him against
the short, fast guys versus tall, possession type receivers.
That's what you think he'll be better with?
No, I'm just saying you never know which one he could perform the best at because he hasn't had exclusively both of them. A group of fast guys only and a group of tall perimeter guys only. So he's gonna have to adjust to Waddle and Tyreek timing wise.
Can he throw the deep ball? That's all that matters. Can you throw the deep ball? Because
he has an arm. He has an NFL arm. He can throw it far.
Yeah, he can have an NFL arm, but can he throw it accurately? That's the thing. Like you need to be able to line
some receivers you don't need to be as accurate if you're fast enough. Just throw it to a spot and then the receiver will go get it.
Oh boy. I'm concerned already.
I'm not. I'm really not. I don't know, man. I got a feeling about this, man. Like I'm gonna be honest, Shake. Like once we realized Tua wasn't coming back, and it was like everybody's like, I want Tannehill, and maybe we should get this one. No, I wanted Tyler Huntley.
Tannehill was the best move you could have did. I texted Shake the very next day. I said, "This is poetic justice right here."
Yeah, you did.
Hey, you guys also remember that we brought a Pro Bowl onto the roster. He's a Pro Bowler, so
what's up, Scott Jackson?
He is a substitute Pro Bowler.
A substitute.
Hey, substitute or not? You always like your substitute teacher when you were in elementary school. You never liked the original
choice.
You liked the substitute teacher was always the favorite.
He was the 6th choice.
That's not. Somebody. I saw that comment. Who made that comment? He has a stronger arm.
He wouldn't.
Which one?
X Factor. Okay. Huntley has a stronger arm. Yeah, he throws the ball with some zip. I was watching his motion kind of bugs me out a little bit.
Listen.
The way he throws his throwing motion.
Or 6th string or not, 6th choice or not. Hey, that Pro Bowl is on his resume.
It's on the resume.
Scott Jackson in the building.
Think about this.
He has a deep resume.
That's a participation trophy.
There is 4 divisions in each conference. So there's 12 teams.
And he beat them all
in each conference. So he's the sixth choice. The sixth choice. You understand how bad the
Wait,
other
who says he's
quarterbacks
the
had to
sixth
be
choice?
at the time. What year is that?
That's 7 quarterbacks.
What made you say he's the? Who said he was the sixth choice?
7 whole quarterbacks.
I don't think he was the sixth choice.
He was better.
He was higher than Mac Jones.
He said
he was high. He was higher rated than Mac
really
Jones.
ain't saying much.
Mac Jones made it.
That really ain't saying much.
This is a professional league. I'm good.
It's a professional league, but
I want the guy better than 7 quarterbacks in my division.
Hey, he beat Mac Jones out. So there you go.
That's a playoff spot.
All I'm gonna say is when I think it was week 1, like we sat down and watched all the Sunday afternoon games, but once we got to that Sunday night game, no, it was Monday night. Got to the Monday night game, and you saw how Aaron Rodgers threw the ball in the first quarter. You like, ain't nobody throw the ball like this. Like not even Patrick Mahomes was throwing the ball like this. That's how watered down, how bad these quarterbacks in the league are right now. Like my man, freaking Garrett Wilson slided down on his knees, caught the ball over here, sling the ball, anticipated the ball, threw the ball, ear hole right here.
It was false advertising.
Listen, Tyler Huntley is on the rise, man.
Let's go.
Hey, but all right, listen. Let me
going out to Seattle.
I'll give you my thoughts on this, and then I'll let you hear. I want to get y'all opinions too. Okay. My opinion. This is what I see going down. I see that. I think the job is Skylar Thompson's, and the reason they brought in Tyler Huntley is to say, hey, listen, if they would have elevated who's that guy, Todd Boyle, or if they would have signed somebody else, I think, or somebody better than Huntley, I think they would have started that quarterback. But I think they brought in Huntley to put a body, to put him on notice,
take the pressure off
Thompson
Skyler.
on notice. Hey, listen, you mess up, it's the bench for you, and we're gonna put in Huntley. I don't
trust McDaniel to make the decision.
So I don't think they brought in Huntley for him to start right away. I think they put him in to see if I think they're going to give Skylar Thompson a chance, and then
he gets a full game.
Who's the backup?
Good, bad, or ugly?
Real Shake. Remember that game again? That game when Tua got hurt the very first time, and we had to bring in Teddy Bridgewater. How many plays did Teddy Bridgewater play?
Yeah.
How many plays?
Yeah. No, he played the rest of the game.
One play.
That first minute.
One play.
Yeah, he did.
So we need somebody because that could happen. That could be behind this line. That might happen. Just saying.
That was a fake.
Before we signed him,
that was a
who
fake
was the other
injury,
quarterback on the roster?
Bridgewater, right? He was in there collecting the check.
No, that injury you talking about? That wasn't a line. That was a freaking phantom call. They brought him into the booth.
That was wild.
Can we bring up Raphael's comment real quick? What was he talking about with Tua?
With Tua, man.
They're talking about get him a real competent backup that made
shots are fired. Yeah, shots fired.
Well, no, that would mean Josh. I was gonna say Josh. Mike McDaniel would have contradicted everything he said in his opening press conference, or his opening little video call with Tua when he was on the plane. That made me sick. It was so cringy. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm Mike McDaniel. Can't wait to get to work with you. We're gonna do great things.
Hey, listen, man. If Skylar starts 2 more games,
who said that?
He might have enough for 700 plays to look at Skylar Thompson if he starts 2 more games.
Oh,
exactly. Right, exactly. He plays a couple of more games. Shay, good point. He's getting up to that 700. Maybe he could bring great things out of him. He needs 700 plays.
Can I bring something up? Because the last time I was on here, it was like
right before, one touchdown pass.
Right before he got paid, Tua got paid, and we was all talking like, what are you supposed to do if we don't pay him? Now, I kind of kept it to myself at the time, but yeah, I'm going to say it right now. Honestly, I felt like the Dolphins weren't going to pay him because they just wanted a non-evidential scapegoat with the concussions. And they're like, you know what? talked to all the other 31 teams. Yeah, this guy's got concussion problems. Like, this guy's unsignable. And then you just ride off into the sunset, and everybody be happy with that.
Hey.
You said the other 31 teams forced us into paying them? I don't
No. I'm saying, like, you know how they do this thing. Like, teams talk behind the scenes. Like, yeah, we don't want to pay him. He is a liability due to the concussion history. So we're not going to pay him. So we're going to go ahead and just let him just sit there in free agency. I highly suggest nobody else picks him up. That's what I thought they were going to do.
He's accusing them of collusion.
Basically, I was literally thinking about it. I was like, man, I can't really bring this up if I ain't got no proof. But consider the fact that we already signed him now, it's like, well, they already signed him, so it is what it is now.
Hey, make sure y'all hitting the like button, man. Appreciate
you.
You're
on the hook for $93 million.
So, but God bless. So, what did you agree with TD Fins talk? I'm curious now that we're here.
Well, I thought the idea. I'm just so heartbroken, man. I just didn't think he would get a concussion. Like it is. I was looking at my TV in such shock, and then the reality hit. Like, yo, this guy, he's in trouble, and we're on the hook for this. You know what I mean? So everything TD was saying, like, you know, okay, even if he does come back, look at the play, look at the game, look at what the play looked like against the Buffalo Bills the last time we played them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. Again, I don't blame him for the first interception to Dubois. I kind of don't want to blame him for the interception to Chosen, but that was a bad throw too. You know what I mean? So he wasn't really playing good. His limitations is definitely there. You know what I mean? Can we win with that? Yeah, we can win with that, but everything gotta be right. But when is everything right? When is everything gonna?
Can I add on to that real fast?
Yeah. You
signed Jordan Poyer not for his talent. You signed Jordan Poyer to get the cheat sheet to the test against the Bills, and because you got to think about it.
Apparently, the dog ate his homework.
Okay, so you got to think about it. Yeah. Jordan Poyer has been the signal caller for the Buffalo Bills since Sean McDermott's been there. So Jordan Poyer knows all the plays. He knows what they like to do against Tua. He knows everything that Josh Allen likes, what Josh Allen doesn't like. And it's not just on Tua, it's on Mike McDaniel too, and the defensive coordinator, because everything that they were doing, and this goes back to Christian Wilkins, they kept on running the ball with James Cook, which we had a hard time stopping the run, which it goes back to what I said when everybody was like, Tristan Wilkins doesn't deserve to be paid as the highest paid defensive tackle, but you got gashed on the ground by James Cook for 4 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they would actually one was a pass.
One was a pass, but there you go.
He would have done that with Christian. He did that with Christian Wilkins too. So
ain't doing that bad.
Yeah, D. We gave up 50 to them last year with Christian Wilkins.
You say you gave up 50?
We gave up 50. I love, and to me, he was worth it for more than just his gameplay, because to me he was worth it as like the emotional leader of the team, vibe wise.
True.
Like a Warren Sapp. Like he was that important to what our identity. He was the first guy we took when we decided to rebuild, to tear it all down and rebuild. The pick number 13, Christian Wilkins. That was our guy. So to let him go, it was hard. It was hard to watch that.
Everybody didn't want to pay him though. I know he was up here for that. I saw the comment section. No, he doesn't deserve to be a top five defensive tackle.
No,
but it was 3 technique defensive tackles are hard to find these days. I tell you that.
For what the Raiders gave him, God bless you. Have fun in Vegas, bro. That's how I look at it.
For what
we were offering him, if he would have took what we were offering him in the last 2 off seasons preceding that, would have been cool. Would have been gold. But for 27,
we held the Buffalo Bills to 104 yards rushing in that 50-point game. That was 310 yards
Game. That's what
passing.
you're talking about.
That's last year's game, October 1st.
They give up 50 on him. They dropped that 50 bomb.
Oh, you're talking about
the Ravens
first
game.
They
dropped another 50
Buffalo.
bomb.
Yeah.
You gave 50 points twice last year.
So
yeah, Christian Wilkins was on the field on all the games.
I said rushing on the ground. Like he should have did. Like would have been some type of resistance against James Cook cooking us like that.
Definitely. We lost something without him. We did.
But I definitely want to take it back to Jordan Poyer. He knew all the answers to the test. Defensive coordinator couldn't do nothing with what Jordan Poyer possibly would have brought to the table. Because you got, again, my man's been in the defense with Sean McDermott since he got to Buffalo. You can't sit there. I'm pretty sure he's sitting in the office with Mike McDaniel game planning for the game. Like, yep, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And Tua was probably sitting in on that meeting too. And you still couldn't beat the Buffalo Bills.
But D, check it out. You know what? Jordan Poyer can't help that Dubois not looking for the ball on the slant end. I don't know what he was looking at when the ball hit him in the shoulder and it bounces up and there's an interception. It's hard, it's all about flow. Who knows if we couldn't have got into it, if he would have looked around and caught the ball like he was supposed to, then we go into the next play, what levels we can get to, with what we learned. If we had a viable number 3 receiver option for that game. You know what I mean? Again, I blame McDaniel because I thought we was experimenting with having A-Chain to be that number.
We can't rely on the number 3.
You know what I mean?
Number 3 wasn't available to us last year.
We have to. You know
why? The same group of people.
They're doing.
That's not realistic. That's not football.
They're running the book. They're dropping their safeties. Look at you. You can see it. 25 yards off the ball, both sides. You know what I mean? So we have to be able to hit that third receiver or that third option, whether it be the tight end or checking it. We were doing a great down. I was actually happy watching Tua check it down to the running back, check it down to Jonnu Smith. I was like, yes, he's finally doing it against the zone. And McDaniel has to try to run the ball when they drop it 2 safeties that far back. We got to be able to run against that, or we're failing.
Well, so that's the thing you got to understand. Like teams know now.
You know, teams don't care about us running. You do know that, right?
At all.
They're picking their poison by allowing us to run because they know our biggest threat is in the air. They're willing to let us chew up all the ground and the clock and come up with 3 points at the minimum.
They know that,
and then they'll score 7. It's a math game.
They know our coach is impatient. He has to learn to be patient. He's not gonna be able to help it. He's still gonna try to throw it against this 3 deep zone that we're dropping off. You know what I mean? So that's why you see a bunch of bubble screens because they're dropping so far back.
Yeah.
Run the ball. How about a slip screen to the running back?
Hey, Shake, this looks a lot of Adam.
You know how many screens there?
Yeah. I was gonna say that. And listen, was that?
It does feel like Adam Gase, yeah.
I said one of the things I said jokingly on Insomnia. I said because the Dolphins, they got new locker rooms, right? So when they were cleaning out the old locker rooms, McDaniel stumbled on to Adam Gase's playbook and I could use some of these.
Maybe that's what happened.
Hey,
goodness.
Probably found the old bag in there too.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with using grandma's recipe book.
Yeah,
that nice apple pie recipe up in there. Bubble screen.
Unless grandma was in the loony bin, then I don't think so.
It's not. And the thing is, it's not just McDaniel. If you watch it around the league, a lot of teams doing this thing, like bubble.
Because the quarterbacks suck.
No, it's crazy.
The quarterbacks are so bad.
It's pick your poison.
I don't think it's the quarterback. I think it's the offensive line. To be honest with you, the one that Greer we're more concerned about than Greer was.
Well, yeah, but you notice once Armstead went out, once Robert Jones
going to be promoted.
He's going to be promoted. You think?
Raphael
Greer will be promoted. He'll be the
exactly what I said.
President after this season. After this season, he'll be the executive vice president.
You saying he found Chris Forrester's stash?
Hey.
If he becomes executive vice president, that means somebody else is going to be picking the players. Maybe that's a good thing.
Powdered sugar for the funnel cake, baby.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I'm looking forward to Greer's promotion. You heard that, Nene? That's what's happening.
Yeah, he's gonna be promoted to operations of F41 racing or some shit like that.
Yeah,
he's gonna be the president of F1 racing.
The Formula One. Yeah,
interesting.
Very
interesting.
I think Stephen Ross might take you up on that.
Yeah, that's
He
that
needs
ass.
somebody in charge of Formula One. That way you won't get charged like $400 for a cheeseburger and some fries. Happy Meals charging at the Formula One for $400 of crack.
Yeah, those things are expensive as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Happy Meal costs $400 and lobster tail $700. I'm like, what the hell?
Ain't nobody happy in that fucking meal. I can tell you that. But we got about 10 more minutes before we wrap this up. I wanna bring up. Did you guys want to talk about the Jaylen Phillips comment at all?
Ooh.
Or do you want to move on to Seattle?
Whatever DeVore and
we got the
or we can move on to Seattle and give us a game prediction.
Bless you could say.
We could touch on it. What was the comments?
It was a heartfelt, a deep comment where there are people, some of our people in our fan base. I heard a woman like get on him for being soft with him expressing his inner thoughts and what he mentally goes through when he doesn't play well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll touch on this real fast. That woman, people do not have a right to judge Jaylen Phillips because he's playing sports at the highest professional level that you can actually ever play. And this goes with the Olympian guy. He's from Virginia. I don't claim him, by the way.
Mr.
Virginia.
Yeah. Mr. World Champions.
I don't claim him. He's from the DMV, but I don't claim him. But Chop Robinson's claimed though. But she has no right because you got to think about it. You never play football. Everybody can come up here and say how they feel, but at the end of the day, like they've never actually did something like that on the highest level. I don't know if you guys sat back and watched the Florida Gators documentary on Netflix. But
it sounds like you're saying the Gators. You're talking about Sesame Street.
Yeah, them. Yeah, the Florida Gators with Tim Tebow and all them. Yeah. Like when you sit down and watch what they do during the training for football, like it's a totally different level than regular training that you see at the LA Fitness and the Planet Fitness. Like they're putting their bodies in some serious work. So by Jaylen Phillips coming back, rehabbing, working his ass off to rehab and still be able to perform on a high level because he had a sack last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that helped close the game. Without that sack, they had a chance to win the game.
Yep. So she has no right to question how he feels or what he's put himself through because it is a brutal battle to be able to maintain, as a professional, as a football player behind the scenes.
That's fact.
Yeah, and listen, at the end of the day, the one thing I talked to Crypto about this privately is the fact that look, okay, I'm not gonna listen. This note doesn't excuse his poor play. At the end of the day, I think this is bigger than football. If he sucks, listen. Remember, he didn't get the extension, so he could be cut. So I'm not worried about him. So if he doesn't step up to the standard that we need him to play at, he's gone next year. So that's the bottom line. But this is bigger than football. At the end of the day, like I told Crypto, and I said it today, is the fact that a lot of people have been unaliving themselves because they kept things bottled up inside and then and doing crazy things because they had no outlet. So at the end of the day, I think he's becoming an example of, he's showing that more and more that people should express themselves and let it out instead of bottling things up and let it fester. That's just how I feel about it.
For real. And the chick that said that he was soft, that's why a lot of American men are getting passports.
I was like, just piggybacking over what Shake said, like there's a lot of guys like in the NFL that have like taken their lives. Like I think the latest example had to have been maybe, was it Jacoby Jones? What was the reason why he ended up passing? And it was a Miami guy, Vontae Davis. They said he went in good health, but how do we know that if nobody was there? So there was nothing stated. But the main one that I was probably thinking about was
I got a trivia question.
Yeah.
What guy recently in recent history looked at himself in the mirror and questioned whether or not he can be good at his position?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tua.
So this is not exclusive to Jaylen Phillips. I'm just want to put it out there.
It's just about having doubts and
whether or NFL player, whether a head coach can make you think that about yourself, or opposing football team can make you do that to yourself. It's not exclusive. Just saying.
You know what's scary though with Jaylen? If you follow him with his Miami, he had quit football before.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
he had some concussion problems too, didn't he?
Yeah, he got hit with a scooter or something like that. He got to I think he was driving a scooter and he got hit by a car.
That's when he's in UCLA, Southern Cal.
We gotta be real careful with this one. I think we gotta be, people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mental health is definitely important, and I hate to take this to basketball, but the Ben Simmons thing that kind of falls into that same category where everybody wants to sit back and judge what he could possibly be going through, and they really don't know. They just see the performance base of it. Yep. So that's a topic I prefer not to touch. Like, there's a lot of things that can come into play. Obviously, the injury is a big factor in it, but you kind of want to leave that alone. It's like, because if he expressed how he felt, you don't know what he's going through.
Exactly.
The end.
No.
And again, that doesn't excuse his poor play. That's for the coaches and his the people
he would have
that
to
are
say
paying him to decide that
he can be better. Yeah. He turns around and say, "I'll be better next game." We're going to give him the next game, then it's fine. Or if he just simply play it, or even if he don't say it, he just goes out there and do it and be a better player. Then that's the same thing. That would be him looking at himself, say, "Hey, I was bad in this last game. Let me make up for it these next couple games."
If I'm not mistaken, week 1.
Even if he doesn't put it on Instagram. Yeah.
In week one against the Chargers, he was the winning sack. Remember, fourth down.
I just think that I think
fourth down play. Yeah.
I think that men. Being a man is, the expectations of being a man. Is a high expectation. Yeah. But it also leaves a lot of men with no outlet to talk about what they're going through, basically, because a lot,
right.
In reality, the world don't care. Be a man up, right? But
you're being labeled as soft if you was to express it.
Yeah, labeled as soft for being able to. I think that's not fair, man. And I'm sorry, we get the world is changing too fast for some people to realize that there needs to be a platform for more men to be able to be like Jaylen Phillips and say how they really feel and get that out so they can sustain and move on.
Yeah, that could be his form of therapy to that point, please.
Yeah. Just
by letting the Twitterverse or social media know about what's going on internally. The next game he might have 7 sacks. You never know.
That'd be nice.
What's going on? Come on up, El Cap. In the back lurking.
What up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Devore? Bless.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna go and predict it. He's getting 7 sacks. There you go.
By the way, I'm looking forward to Ty Bless's version of the Smoke Lounge coming soon.
I know, dog. I can't wait. Shay called me and was telling me about it. I'm stoked to hear it, Ty. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down.
Hell yeah. What's up, Crypto? Shake, fellas?
Yeah.
I've been listening a little bit here and there, trying to get things taken care of. Practice got canceled today.
Oh man, we got canceled.
So, yeah, we show up there. We hung out for like a half hour, and just the storm came and just sat on the practice fields right by at a park next to the ocean. Just kind of sat right there. It wasn't hitting us, but it was too close with lightning, so they wouldn't let us do practice. So gonna have to go tomorrow and now Friday to make up for it. I coach on my son's 12U football team, Pop Warner. So
shit.
Yeah, they good too, bro. Like, we went to regionals last year. We went undefeated last year with 11U all the way through the playoffs, and lost in the regionals down in Palm Beach Lakes because we got screwed. The game was supposed to be on a neutral site. Last minute, the venue pulled the neutral site. Then they put us in their house, and they got home cooking, bro. We lost the game 12-6. So yeah, lost the game 12-6. Look, there's Color calling me. I've been calling him all day, trying to talk to him about something. I'll be right back, fellas. I'll be right back.
Color's got to be on Miss Vince. But anyway,
right.
What do you guys think of the Seattle game? Listen, listen. Not only do we have to travel the furthest distance, I think that
corner to corner.
We have corner to corner, but we have the 12th man to worry about. So
the 12th man. I love that stadium though, but yeah, it's Geno Smith. You know what I mean? He's a veteran. The lights turned on for him. DK Metcalf.
Oh shit, Geno used to always give us fits, man, when he was playing.
He is. He's a known Dolphin killer historically. Yeah. So we got to watch out for that.
Who's the other guy? What's his name?
Walker.
The one who got stabbed with the freaking needle. He used to kill us too.
Huh?
Tyrod Taylor used to kill us.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, Tyrod.
Yeah, Walker's out, but the Charbazard is playing tomorrow, Sunday. Man. So he's dangerous too. So don't sleep on Charbazard.
You know him and DK Metcalf and DK Metcalf and Ramsey have a big rivalry because of the Rams and remember when he was with the
Seahawks rival thing.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good matchup, but I'm more worried about the Kendall Fuller and the Lockett and Jigba.
And Kohu.
Yeah.
Kohu, man, he was making me mad. Like, he kept coming off his man in that zone, man. Like, stay with your dude.
It's definitely going to be a true test for our rush defense because there's 2 weeks in a row that I've
Walker. Oh my God.
I'll block it against their front four. It's going to be key because they play similar to what they adopted the Ravens scheme. And they got the Ravens former defensive coordinator as head coach, so it's a defensive minded head coach. So they're not none too familiar on how to defend our type of offense.
Yeah. Listen, this is going to be teacher versus student versus teacher moment.
Look, Shake. Skylar's never thrown 2 touchdown passes in a game.
No.
I'm just saying. So if he does,
he's got to.
If he does, I'll dance. Like I've never seen it happen. He has 2 career touchdowns, playoffs and regular season. That's it, and 5 picks. So this is
that counting his playoff game, or you talking about all of his regular season games?
That counts the playoff game. The regular season, he's 1-3 regular season.
You gotta understand this is going to come down
to
that football.
That Jet game was kind of crazy. I mean, the Minnesota game. He was thrusted in there. He was taken out. He didn't have a chance to finish.
Yeah. So
So his record got screwed up on that one.
He's been 3 years in this offense now. Let's see what you got. You got all the weapons, man.
This time he gets 1 full week of practice, 10 days.
I want to see
travel.
Like I've heard people rave about this guy behind too, how much better he is. I'm just sitting back and I was watching this the whole time.
Everybody talking about Phillips, so it's gonna be his moment to shine. He's gonna win it.
He's gonna win the limelight right now. We're not talking about anything else but Phillips right now. Huh? All right, I guess we'll wait till Sunday. We'll wait till Sunday.
I hope Malik Washington
put all your money on Phillips.
I'm watching this thing. It's called Forever Football on Facebook. I was just scrolling real quick, and apparently Chase Daniel proposed a 3-man trade that would send Matthew Stafford to Miami, QB Bryce Young
to LA. Who was like LA?
And then of course
second and the third pick to Atlanta. I mean to Carolina.
Yeah, and then the Carolina Panthers get our 2nd round pick, and then they get LA's 3rd round pick.
That's a good trade, but you gotta understand. You really gotta understand, like what Tua's status is. Like the reason why Tannehill didn't want to come was because he wanted a permanent position.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Raiders.
Let me tell you something. If that happens, the politics will begin. Buyout.
Tannehill.
Yeah, no, Stafford. If they were to do something like that,
he wants a job. He wants a permanent job.
Yeah, Tannehill. Nah, please get away from me.
Why with Ryan Tannehill? What is your beef with Ryan Tannehill?
I don't like. He hurt. I waited 7 years for him to do something, and all he did was.
It wasn't his fault.
It's not my fault.
It wasn't his fault.
Dude, I didn't want us to draft him in the first place.
I didn't want him to draft him either, but it wasn't his fault.
Out, please, Russell Wilson, please, come on, draft Russell Wilson
either. I didn't want him either.
Well, the Tannehill, I wanted a real quarterback, man. They just gave
Russell Wilson's a real quarterback.
Yeah, he was.
I feel like definitely the situation matters, and Russell Wilson would have struggled in Miami.
Russell Wilson was nice at Wisconsin, boy.
Yeah, well, he rode Marshawn Lynch in the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, but
all the way to the Super Bowl to get his ring.
He was nice.
No, the team was nice.
The team was nice, but he was.
The Dolphins had nothing surrounding Ryan Tannehill at all where he got drafted. Like Chad Johnson was his guy at going into that training camp.
Dude,
got rid of him.
Stills
wasn't there yet. Nope, Stills wasn't there yet.
What do you mean?
Stills
he had a good
tandem.
Stills wasn't there yet.
Stills was catching bombs all day. I'm talking about
his rookie season.
I'm talking about
he couldn't catch down one deep ball. He was good in New Orleans, but he was jacked for us.
He got Stills.
Stills was good with us.
He got involved. Yeah, Stills was good with us
1 year.
Stills was better than Jarvis Landry for us.
Stills was all right, man.
I don't know about a better than Jarvis Landry. I don't know about better than Jarvis Landry, though. That's
no, he was better than Jarvis Landry. This is what is proven in the NFL right now. Big plays win games.
Like that big drop in Seattle.
Okay, excluding that.
Yeah, he had that big one. Yeah,
big plays win games. Jarvis Landry was your short intermediate stuff. But if you needed a big play, Kenny Stills 9 times out of 10 showed up for us. He was averaging, I believe it was 20 yards a catch 1 year. That was like top 5 in the league. And he had like less than 60 catches and he was about to have 1,000 yards. Jarvis had almost 100 catches and had 1,000 yards.
Well, he was a possession receiver though, Jarvis.
Yes, but you got to understand the dynamic part of what Kenny Stills can do for you. He can
I think we can all.
And not to mention, Kenny Stills was a better run blocker too. I mean, not Kenny Stills. Jarvis Landry was a better run blocker.
But Kenny Stills had speed and could stretch the field.
Yeah, he
while
was
Jarvis Landry didn't have speed, but he had quickness.
He had
quickness and physicality.
He had better hands.
They're two different types of receivers.
What sounds better, 60 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 1,000 yards, or 100 catches, 1,000, and like 4 touchdowns?
Well, I'll say this.
What sounds better?
Hold on.
First downs or?
I'll say this, right? If you had to pick one or the other, because you can't have them together, you only pick one or the other. Only one of those guys you can use, or the other one you need. Kenny Stills needs someone demanding the defense worry about the underneath so he can stretch the field on one-on-one coverage with single high safety to get those types of plays. Not that he didn't beat people, and I'm not taking other, but the reason Kenny Stills was successful is because everyone had to respect the underneath with Jarvis Landry and fight. That's what it was. It was a 1-2 punch. It was a 1-2 punch. And you can't have that 2 punch without that 1 punch. That 1 punch being the guy underneath. You can get guys to stretch the field. Do you know what they look like? They look like, what's his name? The guy we got from the Steelers all so long ago that did nothing. Mike Wallace.
Yeah.
That's what a 2 punch looks like when you want him to be the number one guy. You can have Jarvis Landry as the number one guy. You can't have Kenny Stills as the number one guy.
No, you can't. He's a number 3 at best, in my opinion.
No, he's a 1A, 1B if you have that type of symbiotic relationship with those wide receivers.
We had Parker too, so remember Parker was the tall guy.
I don't know about that because
that was crypto.
I'm saying is Tannehill had weapons and he would still throw the clutch interception when we needed him the most.
I tell you what, Tua has a way better offensive line than what Ryan Tannehill had back in the day.
What? Hell no! Are you kidding me? What?
Yeah. Dude, listen. Name one. Hold on. Wait a minute. Name 1 year that Tua had a better offensive line than 2016. I'll wait.
Did he go to the playoffs?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because of him.
Because of who?
Because of the
His
offensive line.
release.
Oh, the 1 year we had an offensive line, Ryan Tannehill
Better.
took to the playoffs, but he got hurt. So
No.
Before, but you remember every year. Hold on a second.
Go to the playoffs. What do we call
He had a unicorn line.
Yeah, but remember every year, other than the unicorn year that you're talking about, one offensive lineman would go down, and that would be the excuse why the entire offensive didn't work.
It was Pouncey's fault.
How was that Pouncey's fault?
Because Pouncey is your center. He's your signal caller. So when Pouncey goes down, and he wasn't even practicing because of the tailbone, the chemistry's fucked up. Excuse my language.
You're good. Fuck away.
It's fucked up. So when Pouncey doesn't practice, the chemistry's wrong. So when he's out, you got to play musical chairs on the offensive line. All right, it's time to move Tunsil to guard. It's time to move Jawan James to left tackle.
Come on,
and,
man.
Who was the left tackle at the time that kept getting hurt?
Like that.
Brandon Albert kept on getting hurt too. He was messing it up, and he was messing up the rotation too because he wasn't practicing and Pouncey wasn't practicing.
Sounds like more of the same that I've been dealing with, dog. No lie. It sounds like exactly the football team I know, because that's exactly what we did last year, the year before. We did it we've done it in the we did it last game. That's what this team does. That's what we have to live with. We don't get a starting five that stays healthy that we can count on. And the reality is, neither does anybody else. Neither does anybody else.
Freaking jinxed.
I hear you, but I ain't gonna lie.
Way to deflect off that Kenny Stills, dog.
I'm going to get back to that. I'm not going to let you slide on that because I'm going to just take the Atlanta Falcons, for example. Like, we get on them for the Bo Nix pick, but they've been fucking up draft picks for the past several years. They never should have drafted Bijan Robinson because you had Tyler Algier. And the Kyle Pitts thing, that's questionable. But what they needed, they needed a field stretcher. They needed Darnell Mooney. So him being able to stretch the field, defenses always got to account for a guy that could run a 4.3 40 because that's a big play right there. You got to have a safety over top at all times. So with Kenny, him being able to stretch the field, he's taking that safety with him. So that opens up things for Jarvis or Albert.
I like what you did there, DeVore. Too fucking shade, buddy. I like what you did there. I like what you did there. I see it. I like what you did there. You're putting me in a position where I can't argue. That's what you've done. You didn't win the argument. You just made a position that I can't disagree with because it's a fact. I see what you did there.
He's saying it goes the other way. You stretch the field to open up the underneath.
That's right. And I was, he took my point and turned the phrase, Ty. That motherfucker thought he was going to slip that by me or something. Nah, you got to be quicker than
that. Hey, what can I say?
Yeah. That was smooth.
I'm taking Kitty, though. I'm sorry. I got to take Kitty. I'm taking Kitty.
Well, hear about this. What did Kenny do? I'm taking Jarvis twice on Sundays, dog.
Hell yeah.
Jarvis, what happened to him when he left the Dolphins versus what happened to Kenny when he left the Dolphins? I'll wait.
That was different parts of their career, though. Kenny.
Ty, whose side you want, Ty?
I'm just saying we was Kenny's second team. Jarvis, Jarvis's first.
I was his second.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it to you like this, because I feel like Jarvis Landry kind of stunted Tannehill's growth, and I don't think Gase really cared for. Well, we know that he didn't care for Jarvis because Jarvis, he get a little frustrated on the sideline when he wasn't getting the ball all the time. But Kenny could be effective without touching the ball. That's the most important thing that you got to consider. Like, you're always going to roll coverage over there. With Jarvis, you have to give him the ball for him to be effective.
We had Drake as the running back at that time, right?
Kalen Balazs, Kenyon Drake, and I want to say Jay Ajayi.
No. Ajayi was traded for Kalen Balazs.
Okay, so it was Jay Ajayi first, then he got the trade, and then we got Kalen.
Because we got a fourth round. He was traded to the Eagles for a fourth round pick, and with that fourth round selection, we got Kalen Balazs.
But that's the thing. So
and won the Super Bowl.
I want to take it back to the Falcons real quick. Like, yeah, Bijan is balling, but when you sit down and you think about it, I don't care what anybody says, right? The Cincinnati Bengals, they fucked up. Excuse my language again.
Yeah,
they should have took Penei Sewell over Jamar Chase. That's what they should have did. And that's just bad. That's just bad drafting right there. And it's the same thing with the Atlanta Falcons. You had something already covered in the running back position with Algier. I believe Algier had like 1,000 yards the year before they drafted Bijan. Bijan's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the player that you needed. It doesn't complement what you're trying to do. Like, you had no field stretchers. Like, Kyle Pitts is not a field stretcher. He's a receiver, but he's not a field stretcher. Who's the other guy? London. He's not a field stretcher. So what we're having a problem is now everybody's loading the box because you don't have a field stretcher. So we're gonna load the box up, we're gonna stop the run, and that's where Kenny Stills comes in. This is where Darnell Mooney comes in. This is where Mike Evans. No, not Mike Evans. Well, Mike Evans, yeah. But Mike Wallace comes in. They're effective without touching the ball because we know what you can do because you're dangerous down the field.
We have two of those.
You said what?
We have two of those.
Speed receivers can do that too.
We have Tariq and Waddle. We have two of them.
Yeah, we have two of those. Yes.
And now we got a quarterback that can make them, even more dangerous by extending the play.
Listen, I just want you to know.
Shout out to Pete. Skynet is activated.
It is.
Yeah,
I just want you.
Pete's going to be out in Seattle.
Him and his one touchdown.
Damn, why you gotta be like that, Ty?
Who had one touchdown?
Because the hype is killing me.
I'm smelling 8 touchdowns.
I really want. Listen, I'm not like that. I'm a Dolphin fan first, foremost, and always. I hope he throws 5 touchdowns this weekend, and every weekend that he plays. That's real fact. But what he's done so far, I don't see all the hype.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Well, I also think, say Tua was never on this team and Skylar was the quarterback, we wouldn't have this style of offense for a quarterback like Skylar. So we're not running a scheme that fits or accentuates that quarterback. And I'll be honest, I'll be watching over these couple of games to see if Mike McDaniel can alter the offense to benefit Skylar a little bit, or B, if they make no attempt to offer it, because that'll tell me if they're making zero attempt to change this around a little bit to benefit him. That tells me that one of two things: one, Mike McDaniel can't adjust to his quarterback in that way, and Tua is a system pick for himself, or two, they expect Tua Tagovailoa to come back and play with this offense.
Yeah. Okay.
They do.
This offense, I'm gonna agree with the first one. The offense is strictly made for Tua, which makes it limited. So everything that you practice during training camp, what you installed in training camp, is all Tua. Hence, another example why everybody wasn't on board with the Jay Cutler signing, but that was the only logical signing that you could have did back in 2017 because he knew what the plays were.
He knew the language.
He knew. Thank you. The language.
That signing cost us the Super Bowl.
It was disappointing. But everybody was so upset about it, like it was a dumb signing. But
he knew the bubble screens.
You know what, though, man? Football.
Listen, I've seen the Dolphins waste $10 million like it ain't no thing. What he gave us for $10 million, at least he didn't give us nothing. Because I've seen plenty of people get $10 million checks cut around here and give us nothing.
Will Fuller.
Well, that was Jay Cutler then.
No, I mean
Jones.
He led that train.
Byron Jones. Yeah.
Darnell Ellerby.
Darnell Ellerby. Philip Wheeler.
Oh, Wheels.
He put on a
Will Fuller just didn't show up because he was injured.
Exactly. So we can
it was
say
a
here,
heist.
and I understand the reason.
Poor performance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I understood it at the time. The hype that followed, which is what Ty's on about with the hype. Yeah, let's not let's not get caught in a hype train. But again, if Mike McDaniel alters the scheme, goes to a little bit more pro style offense a little bit, because I think that's what benefits a quarterback like Skyler. And let's not act like Skyler ain't been around here this whole time learning this offense. So he's got to know something.
By now, I think he has his own.
He should know the variations of it.
He should have his own little book. And that's by now. You know what I mean? That these is
he's got to. If he doesn't, if he goes out there and we see 25 plays, and then we see that next 25 plays, and next week we see those same like then I'm like, uh-oh, we got a dummy. We got a dummy. Why is this guy?
Well,
he did beat Mike White though. He did beat Mike White.
I'll be real. I mean, when he something crazy,
he beat him out for the job.
All you need is like 6 good plays. And you can flip them side to side, do them out of different formations. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's all you need.
That's all we have is 6 plays.
You
didn't know that?
You've got 6 formations.
We just do different formations of it.
6 good plays in each formation. Halfback stretch.
Exactly.
Levels.
You got 6 formations. You got 6 formations. 10 different calls in each formation.
Okay.
And then you have personnel interchanging. So on this formation and play call, it's going to the slot guy. But last time that was Tyreek. This time it's I don't know, freaking Alec Ingold. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yes, that's
what's going to happen if Skylar throws the ball in the dirt.
I mean,
I don't expect.
Is he avoiding a sack?
I don't expect that at all.
Is he throwing it in the dirt to avoid a sack? I say good job.
As long as he don't throw no picks and turn the ball over, we can win the game. That's all I care about.
I mean, look.
They're going to kill him for throwing the ball in the dirt. I can see it.
Listen, he could throw a pick. Just don't lose the game. You throw one pick, but score 3 touchdowns in the air and 300 yards.
I'll be singing your praises next week.
And win, I'll be like,
touchdown interception ratio.
I'll be like, Skynet, let's go.
Don't be upside down.
Ty gonna have that metal thing over his eye with the red thing.
I'm go buy it.
As long as your interception ratio is not upside down.
Yeah. Hey, look, there go Tynet right there, dog.
Tynet, boy.
There go Tynet.
Say words. Tynet.
Tynet, dog.
Let's get it.
Like the cyborg, man. He looked like Kano on Mortal Kombat.
I would love to see him do good. That would make me warm my heart. For us to have like a Purdy, you know what I mean? Our own little Purdy. You know what I'm saying? 7-5.
Hey, lightning. They say lightning don't strike twice, but
you know what I'm saying? Same draft.
Imagine that too, because there's a stat. Every quarterback from that draft is no longer on the team that drafted him, other than Skyler and Brock Purdy. So the year they both came in, I forget what quarterbacks were drafted in that year class, but every single quarterback taken that year is on a different team, while Skylar Thompson is still on the Dolphins and Brock Purdy's still on the Niners. So it wasn't a great quarterback class, apparently.
That was 4 quarterbacks taken in the first 3 rounds, right? First 4 picks.
I think there was. I think there's 5 quarterbacks in front of them.
Mac Jones.
Yes, the Mac Jones. Yeah,
that was the Mac Jones.
So I have a big problem with that.
Wait a minute,
that draft was messed up. That was the COVID.
He was the 5th quarterback.
Draft. It was the COVID draft.
That was the draft after COVID. Yeah,
no, that's after COVID.
Tua was the COVID draft. Tua was the
COVID draft. That's the reason why we ended up with
him.
So
this is the draft that during the course of COVID.
That's right.
A lot of these guys.
That's the COVID college class.
Yeah,
that's
the COVID college class where I felt like a lot of teams was misled. Well, I wouldn't say
Desmond Ritter.
You got to think about
Desmond Ritter. God, dude, that guy.
Malik Willis.
It's only
but it's a 2022 draft. It's not
Matt Corral. Bailey Zappi.
It's the 2022 draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Skylar Thompson.
That's
Chris,
2024, and this is his
Chris
year.
Oladokum. Chris Oladokum was another quarterback drafted before him.
I think Bryce Young was the 2022 draft.
Who the hell is Chris Okadola?
Yeah, nobody knows. He's on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He's on Chief pick.
Yeah.
Chris Oladokum.
Hold on. There's no quarterbacks taken in the first round, I don't think. Hold on.
Yeah, there is. Kenny Pickett was taken in the first.
Kenny Pickett was 20th pick. Okay, Kenny Pickett.
Mac Jones was picked that draft.
Nah, he was the
he was picked with he was picked with
Trevor Lawrence and
Desmond Ritter, Malik Willis,
and Zach Wilson.
Where the hell is Matt Corral at?
Yeah,
Desmond
Zach
Ritter
Wilson,
is terrible, bro.
Trey Lance, and Trevor was those. Those are the first 3 picks.
Yeah, Trey Lance was another one that
Trey
was
Lance
Desmond
was
Ritter is so bad.
he went in the 3rd round.
and then Mac
Desmond
Jones
Ritter.
went fifth
No.
fifth quarterback off the board.
Who? Daniel Jones. Mac Jones.
No,
He
Mac
went 10th.
Jones was the 5th.
He was the 10th
He was-
pick.
Daniel Jones was
No, I
the
thought he
10th
was
pick.
15th.
No, Mac
No, he was
Jones
like
was the 10th
15th.
pick.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
I remember him coming out and it was killing. And then it was like I think Waddle or somebody. It was like quoted us saying that he's better than Tua, Mac Jones.
He might be.
Coming out of Alabama, he's talking about his
Stop it.
Alabama numbers.
He might be.
Stop it.
He
Cut
might
it
be.
out. No.
Okay.
He broke
Let's
Tua's
let's
numbers
be
in
honest.
college.
Let's be honest.
That's the year he talked about. He's talking about his senior year. He was better.
Let's call a spade, right? So in 2019, who was the better quarterback? And for the Dolphins,
Oh,
In
Fitzpatrick.
2019?
2019.
Fitzpatrick?
That was Fitzpatrick.
why do you
Yeah.
think that
Fitzpatrick
is?
was.
Why do you think that
He's
is?
The office was made for him.
Josh Rosen.
I-
Josh Rosen was on there.
That's
Yeah.
a good reason too.
My
The
bad.
offense-
2020.
Josh-
My bad. 2020.
Was
Who was the
made
better
for
quarterback in 2020? My fault. 2020. 2020.
no,
Josh Rosen is on
Tua,
the
6
Hall
and
of
3.
Fame.
no.
Mhm.
6 and 3. That first of all, one of those don't count because he only took like a snap at the end of the game. Okay, so that don't count. Secondly, the next game don't count because I think he only scored 1 touchdown and like 100 and something yards, and the defense had like 4 touchdowns, something stupid
Yeah.
like that.
And by the way, the first touchdown was to Devontae Parker, crypto.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was
Ru-
Gesicki
ruined
that caught
Tua's
it.
career.
No, it was Devontae Parker.
What
It
game
was
we
Parker
talking
against
about?
the Rams, I think.
Mhm.
He was against the
So
Browns.
really, I would say Tua won maybe 3 games that year. If I'm gonna be real, like his stats are so apparent, and the play calling and everything was so apparent that they were doing
Like
everything
Arizona
they
Cardinals is
could
one game
to
he won.
protect the young quarterback, and rightfully so, right?
His back was probably still, his hips were still half
Big
broke.
O is still complaining
Well,
about that
it's-
season.
Not for nothing, but you know that there was
Little attitude.
confliction in the room
He was supposed to be a
amongst
red shirt.
amongst
Alex.
management. There was confliction in the room amongst management
Yeah.
Alex,
was
what did the Big O say?
about
Alex?
starting him. The coach and him were at odds. The team was all super behind Fitzpatrick. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody
That's
loves
the point
Fitzpatrick.
right there. That is the
And-
point
And,
right
and,
there.
and we were kind of good. We probably could have been a playoff team, and they should have left it alone.
They should have left it. They should have put him
I
on
agree with
ice
that.
and rolled him out next year.
Yeah.
And
I
put-
think
and had him back.
Fitzpatrick would have led us to the Super Bowl that season.
So not
Ooh,
even
that's
close.
not
It was
good.
Fitzpatrick. I don't know about a
Ooh.
Super Bowl. Kurt.
Yeah, I don't know
You need to
about
chill
that.
out.
But that's
Yeah.
the point right there.
Wait,
telling you
The
right
team-
now, that's
the
it.
team
Who
rallied
won that year?
around
Who won that
year?
Fitzpatrick. That is
They
the
did.
I'm
point.
telling you
The
right
Rams
now,
won that year. Who won that year? The Rams.
no team was better than us when we had Fitzpatrick.
I don't know
Just
who
wanna
did
put
win
that
that
out
year.
there.
Who?
That was the year
I think-
Bucks won, didn't it?
That was the Bucks year. No.
Yeah.
That was
Yes,
year.
the Bucks
year.
won 2021.
Yeah.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks.
The Bucks
Tom
won.
Brady.
You
Tom
know what?
Brady.
We probably could have won that shit. Who was our receivers then that year?
They were skating that year, boy.
Devontae Parker.
Gesicki,
Devon
Devontae,
Best.
Parker, and who else?
No,
Not
no,
Bowman.
Best.
What's his name?
What,
Lynn
Bowman?
Bowden Jr. Lynn Bowden Jr.
Bowden.
Bowden. Yeah, Lynn Bowden.
Stop.
Bowden,
Bowden.
Bowden.
Albert
Bowden.
Wilson was still on
Where-
the roster too.
We had Chris
Yep,
Chambers
Jakeem Grant,
and freaking
Jakeem Grant.
Isaiah Ford.
Oh, well, Isaiah Ford's. You can. I'll tell you what. You can guess on whether or not which year Isaiah Ford was on with the Dolphins, and chances are you're right because that son of a bitch was on the team
Yes.
for like 9 years.
He
It
was.
seemed like
Yeah,
that guy
he
was there all the
was.
time,
Must have been a very good special teams player.
or just a player coach. You know what I'm saying?
Albert Wilson's of the world.
Yeah, Albert Wilson. That's right.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
That boy was a
Yeah,
monster.
Devore. You said. I thought. Who said that first? Was that you? That
Albert
said it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Albert
Oh.
Wilson
Yeah.
was my favorite receiver, and then Adam Gase.
He did good with the Bears.
Albert Wilson. As much as I liked him, the guy would let you down so hard. Not because of his play, but because he was never healthy. He was always dealing. He was so
Yeah.
fast. He hurt them hamstrings.
Always high.
So he always lets you down, bro. Always lets you down. Sucks because
Yeah.
I mean everybody remembers
He's
when
like
they were
Will Fuller.
him and Jakeem Grant running down the field, fastest motherfuckers on the planet running. It seemed like
Yeah, that was nice.
hmm
That was nice. Hey,
Yeah.
Shake, you remember what their
That
record
was our Reek
that
and
game?
Waddle combination.
Shake, what was
So-
our record at that time after that game against the Raiders? What was our record, man?
against the record.
Raiders?
After we beat the Raiders, what was our record?
What year are you talking about?
0-1.
The Fitzpatrick Yankee year.
We was 3-0.
2020.
Yeah.
2020.
We was 3-0. Adam Gase was the head coach.
Oh,
yeah. I thought you were talking about the Fitzpatrick.
No. We were talking about the high five with.
Yeah. We was 3-0. We was 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah. Then we saw the Patriots, and then that was it.
Nah, everybody got hurt. Everybody got hurt after that. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Everybody got hurt.
Yeah. And now here I want to bring to this point because you guys are all talking about that team, and look at what that team is and was and what they wanted to do, and how is that so different from the team we have today? How is that so different from the team we have today? We have a better quarterback in Tua to operate that offense, but all in all, it's the damn same type of scheme. To me, this owner wants that. That's what he wants. He wants this type of stuff. He'll give whatever GM can promise it or hopefully deliver it, whatever coach can then make good on the delivering of the GM. But it has been the same thing time and time. And what always defeats it? A team that has power that punches us in the mouth, and we can't do nothing to punch back because we're too busy with gimmicks and speed to actually have a physical game of football and combat it. That seems to be what I'm now. I mean, it's
like
tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. It's like Eric Spoelstra refusal to get a center before we got this guy Cam this year. That we lost 2 championships because of that. You know, so it's the same.
Remember the last center he paid.
That was
Whiteside. Yes, that was the last center they paid, and they always kicked themselves. Last quarterback we paid before Tua, they kicked themselves. Then they typecast and go this way. We always have the regression to the mean with this team. It's this speed, it's this flashiness, it's Miami, it's all the stars and shaking and movement and just all this stuff that captivates you as an audience. But push comes to shove, this game is a violent game about power and about will and heart.
Have we been bamboozled about our roster construction?
I don't think
Greer.
so.
Bamboozled.
It's Greer.
This has been going on long before Greer, bro.
Nah. See,
how does Greer change it?
I'm gonna tell you, it's Stephen Ross, because twice now, when we look to be not only building a power type of football team without all the flash, without all the pizzazz, and we look to be building a power team, there's always the same scenario. There's always the same scenario with how those coaches in that era ends. There's always a rift. Tony Sparano, Brian Flores, both. This almost identical type of situation and all this back office drama, all this fighting, all this stuff. And then they turn away from that power type scheme that, hey, it ain't racking up 50-point games. It isn't guys running down the field high-fiving each other.
Complimentary football, I know.
It's complimentary football that I'm going to come out with a victory. And late in the football seasons, I'm going to still be able to do what I've been doing all year.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
3 yards in a cloud of dust, or just, pounding the rock, going outside, just no window dressing. And every time we get away from that, throw window dressing on it, and with a power team, with some window dressing, we do good for that year. And then they double down on the window dressing, then triple down. And by long, we're in year 3, and that guy's getting fired, and then the cycle begins again.
Do you think 2016 was a physical football team?
2016 was? Yeah, offensive fun in the trenches we were.
Yeah, I would say yes. Compared to the teams that I'm talking about, like compared to this team, yeah, I think it's a physical team, offensively.
So let me ask you, what year? How far back can you go of the most recent power football Miami Dolphins team we've had?
I would say for
that one with Pouncey on the line and Juwan James. And when with the time we had Ricky Williams.
I would say 2002.
That team with Dave Wannstedt's team.
Lamar Smith.
Yeah, you can go to Dave Wannstedt's.
No, it was the laser year with No Sean Marino.
Well, because he lasted 2 games.
Broken up. Yes, I'm saying. They lasted 3
He lasted
seconds.
2 games.
Yeah.
And then Lamar,
At least we had Ricky Williams for a whole
Lamar
season.
stepped in on that. Lamar stepped in
People
on
forget how deadly No Sean Marino was in college, dude. Oh my God,
Yeah.
bro. He was so deadly.
That was the hope and promise that we had.
And
then
when he
shows
came
up
into the
for 2 plays
league
and
with
he's done.
Denver, he was deadly, bro. And even when he was with the Dolphins, we saw him run. We were like, damn, we got something. And
He was
nope, we
killing
got
the
nothing.
Patriots.
He was myrtleizing them, bro. Myrtleizing them. My point is this: like, it's this weird cycle that, like, it's again, and I used this analogy the other day. It's like dating, right? 2 things. Everything you did when you fell in love with somebody. It's like young love. You fell in love with this significant other, all these things. Well, ultimately, all those things are what drive you crazy about them and hate about them, and that's why you break up with them, right? You and this is young love, not adults, so it's got to kind of stretch yourself a little bit this way. Then you date a girl, she's all this way, she's prim, proper, all this stuff. Then you break up with her because you're like, you're just too prim, you're too proper, you're no fun. Then you go get some freak, you running around in these streets, you're like, I'm loving, I'm having. But then you get mad when she's out clubbing behind your back and doing the things she was doing no matter what, and you got to get rid of her. And then you flip it again and I'm going back to church, go meet me a good girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what young love, young coaches, young organization. We're doing this same cycle with this organization and football team. And when are we gonna learn, bro? When are we gonna learn?
Can I take it a step further?
Please.
Analytics. That's a problem.
Oh, I hate it.
Yes, ruined the game.
People have a hard time understanding the fact that, yes, when you look at analytics, going forward on 4th down, you have a higher percentage of you putting points on the board, but they fail to understand that you can't really put people in analytics because of the fact, like, I'll give you an example. Let's take last year with the Baltimore Ravens when they had, I can't remember who, the old Greg Roman. Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. You had an analytical stat sheet of the tendencies of the Baltimore Ravens of that 2022 season. But when they came in with the new offensive coordinator, what are you doing now? Because you don't have those same analytics of running something completely different. The same thing with our defense.
Right.
We had, what's homeboy's name? Why can't I think of his name?
Fangio.
Fangio, thank you.
Fangio.
One of the greatest defensive coaches of all time. They have.
You ain't gonna be able to tell Dolphins fans that they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it.
They're idiots.
No.
They're idiots.
I know, bro. I don't get it. I don't get it. Dude.
It's such
Fangio,
idiots.
Oh man, but
His
it's funny.
His zone just got shredded by Cousins. Just
I mean, I mean, his defense gave up 21 points, but we gave up. How many did our defense give up? 31.
What people fail to understand is the fact that
they have 3 interceptions. I'm just saying.
Yeah, first of all, one of them was a pick 6, and all of their possessions, other than one, started on the other side of the 50. But or midfield or better.
Let's just take the 2 Chiefs.
Let's go back to 4. I wanted to hear.
Just take the 2 Chiefs games for example. Just take those 2 Chiefs games for example. You held Patrick Mahomes to under 25 points in both of those games.
In his house.
In his house.
In his
house. You guys are complaining
about 45 points.
25. And you guys are complaining about Vic Fangio as a defensive coordinator. He didn't even want to come here. We weren't even his first choice. He wanted to go to Philly, but homeboy from the Cardinals, Gannon, he didn't want to come back as a defensive coordinator, so he wanted to be a head coach. So by the time they made that decision, it was too late. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and come to Miami. Fangio, hands down, honestly, is in the top 5 best defensive coaches of all time. Top 5 of all time.
Wow.
And you let him walk out the door.
He keeps coaching like he's coaching.
Real quick, Ty, I hear what you're saying there, right? Of all
his
time,
ranking
and
is
I
going
agree
down.
I would say, what did you say? Top 3? That's a little high.
Top 5.
Top 5?
I would put Belichick. I would put
Debatable.
Belichick and
I would say
Spagnuolo
top
above
10.
him.
Listen.
I put Spagnuolo above him.
What?
First of all, is
who?
Oh,
No. You know how
Vic Fangio figured out how to beat a spread offense. when Vic Fangio's offense came out and when everybody in the NFL was air raiding and spreading out and air raiding it, he figured a way to scheme and beat it. And because of that, he is in the consideration as one of the greatest defensive. And everyone and their mother had to freaking adapt their defenses to beat these offenses. Now the offenses have changed a little bit, and so there is a learning curve. But let's not act like the guy didn't change the game up with his defensive play calling.
Think about this. Think about this.
Kind of like Nick Saban,
what offensive coordinator tree are we seeing a lot of hires from?
You heard, Cap?
Shanahan. What you said, Ty?
Who beat Shanahan?
It's kind of like Nick Saban. He was a great coach, but what the fuck he did for us? Nothing.
That ain't no lie. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't mad at. I still ain't mad at Vic Fangio, though.
Oh,
you know what? Listen, you know what? Real quick. With this Jaylen Phillips stuff that's going on, and we don't have to get into all that, and with this, how we've seen out of Javon Holland, and how everybody was telling me how Cam Smith he's not being treated nice. Vic Fangio didn't like what he's seen how soft this team is.
Nope.
And is he wrong? Because this team look pretty fucking soft to me right now, though. Pretty soft to me right now.
They don't want to practice. They want to party.
Yeah,
Vangio was already on the 1 year.
They want all the love, but none of the fuck. They want all the love.
To be on Hard Knocks. Like you can see that he only had one clip.
Stop it. He came here and he saw he didn't have the players that he really needed to run his zone stupid ass scheme.
But that's what you need.
And that's what the real issue was, and the attitude started from there, and it became.
But that's how you gonna put him in a situation where he got the players he needs for you to do what he needs to do.
About the fact that we needed to change the defense because these are not the players to play my system. That's how he was. That's how he came here.
He had the players to play his system.
You know what I'm saying?
They were soft players.
No, they were a man team. And if we would have played,
they were so
real quick.
We would have played a man against the Titans at the end of that game. We would have had a
real quick. Dolphins were third in the NFL with pass rush win rate at 41.4. Okay, they got an 86.4 pass rush grade that ranked them fifth in the NFL. The defense as a whole allowed teams to convert a new set of downs often at 28%, which is ranked 14th. Let me see what else they got. See if I can find anything else on it. Again, let's not act like the defense last year was terrible. Dolphins are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. They're ranked 10th last year. So all I remember when we hired Fangio was that, oh my God, we got Fangio. If he can give the Dolphins a top 10 defense along with this offense, we'll be unstoppable. He delivered. We didn't deliver on offense, and he said bye-bye and talked about how the team was soft. And then this team be acting fucking soft as fuck up in this.
And I don't look, Cap. I don't think. All right, here's the thing. I don't think he said. I don't think he said this team was soft.
He lost X. He lost Holland. He lost. I mean, he lost the whole team.
He did, but guess what? They still in the playoff game. In the playoff game on a skeleton crew. That's not why we lost that game. That offense didn't do nothing. That defense did all it could.
Like you can only hang in there for so long. You got to put some points up at some point.
No, by the way, listen. I was gonna say, Cap. I don't think that he called them soft. I think he was saying they're undisciplined and they weren't willing to put in the work.
That's a nice coach speak for soft, dog. I know what he meant. That's nice coach speak for soft.
He wanted to add a couple motherfuckers in there too. Like he's
so Shake, you saying they were soft as a baby's bottom, Shake. They was just as soft as a baby's bottom.
What I heard in coach speak, these boys soft as baby shit. Fuck out of here.
I hear hard-headed. They don't want to play my zone. That's what I hear.
No, what he heard? Complaining about his play calling. Meanwhile, he fucking delivered a top 10 defense. And dumbass Dolphin fans, now don't mean you guys, obviously.
I'm not a Dolphin fan anymore. I'm a Vangio fan
now. I'm a biased ass Dolphin fan.
Because I ain't a fucking Dolphin fan. I'm a Fangio fan. That was good. I don't mean dumbass in that way, Ty. But you know the dumbasses out here, the same ones that are.
I don't like them. That's how I feel. I gotta ride with my players.
Man, fuck them players.
Nah.
They still here. He not.
Ty, what you mean,
Hey.
dog? I'll tell you what. I'll fuck with them when they give me the Super Bowl. Okay, that's it. Give me the. I'm not saying I gotta hate them, but like I ain't choosing their side over jack shit. They're first of all, they ain't nothing but a bunch of rich 20-year-olds that don't know fuck, right? You know, let's be real.
They got no resume.
Rich 20-year-olds that don't know fuck, and they're gonna tell this old ass man been in here the last 40 years calling football, and he don't know what he's talking about. Fuck out of here. That's disrespectful.
He has a history of top 10 defenses.
That's disrespected your fucking elders. I ain't raised that way, dog.
Passes everybody by at some point.
You said what?
The game passes everybody by at some point.
No, hell no.
It does.
Bro,
it does. But does it?
Does it?
For him,
it does. But
for
does
him,
it?
no. For him, no.
You know what else? The game always comes back around again, though. Don't it?
Look, if you gotta go year to year. You gotta play. I understand you have your scheme and you want them to play it, but if you don't got the players to play that, you gotta play with. We gotta play to their strength. You know what I mean? And you know, even though we had the top 10, we didn't have the top 10 defense, right? We had the top 10 defense, right? Our offense was number 1, right? But at the end of the year, none of that counted because they were all hurt.
Hey, timestamp that right
the
there.
The whole league
Jake.
was hurt.
Because
so it's a watch. So it don't matter.
Listen, I'm gonna clip it and make it into a short.
Not as important positions as we were hurt at.
All right, real quick.
They were. Cleveland Browns had 4 different starting quarterbacks last year.
Real quick, receipt is being kept right now. Skylar Thompson will have 5-0 heading into Buffalo. I feel it from Pete. Okay,
yeah,
Pete. I just real quick, Pete, on Color's show earlier today, I took a lot of shit by saying Pete gonna be running around this community. Pete's takes Nostradamus is what I said. Now, granted, I was really reaching quite a bit because let's not lie, like Pete hasn't completely capped saying just the craziest scenarios, just pouring out of his mouth all the time.
Pete Nostradamus, damn.
Pete literally said on this program before the season started that he was excited. These not his exact words, but he said he was excited this year more than any year because he knows and feels that Tua's going to get injured, concussed in the Bills game. This is what he said, and that Skylar will be QB1 and lead this team to victory. And I mean, listen, I've heard Pete make some outlandish takes, but I remember when he said it because I was like, Pete, shut the fuck up. I was like, Pete, shut up. You're fucking crazy with your crazy ass. But I remember because I addressed him about it. But here it is. I mean, listen, Skylar, now he's saying 5-0.
Pete, if that happens, I'm going to call you Pete Stradamus.
That's what, Pete Stradamus. Pete Stradamus. That's what I said. Is it going to end up being his deal? Yeah. That'll be it.
By the way, over at Dolphin, then we have a Pete. His name is Orlando.
No, don't do that. Don't do that to Pete.
Damn, who's this Orlando character, bro?
Damn. Orlando Alzagiri.
Listen, Orlando's posts have me laughing like at my ass.
Orlando was actually Manny Fernandez's nephew.
Oh, I know Manny.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
That's his nephew.
I think you're talking about Orlando Alzagiri. That's what you're talking about.
No, not Big O. No. Dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. There's some of the stuff that I'll screenshot some of the stuff he puts on El Cap and put in the group chat. That's
all right.
Orlando's a notorious Tua hater.
He's funny though.
Damn, so he's opposite of the Big O. I'm
gonna just be real with you. You can't say he's a Tua hater. He's a Tua fan hater.
Is that what it is?
Oh, the fans you don't like. You don't like the actual fans.
I'm in the same boat. Okay. You fans, you Alabama fans,
the fans
that decided you wanted to be temporary Miami Dolphins fans. Y'all make me sick.
Devore, been here.
Devore, you think it's like a LeBron James thing? Like that's
100%. But
1,000%.
Well, hold on, Devore.
Not for me.
That fan base literally divided the whole Miami Dolphins fan base. Literally destroyed friendships up in this bitch. I've never seen it.
The whole team divides its fan base. It's not the people who love the player on your team. It's the player who hates the player on your team.
No, it is the fans of the player.
It's the cult-like following behind them that makes people
cult
divided.
is the right word for it. I will say this, before.
I'm not buying it. Congratulations.
I am a Miami Hurricane.
I'm not buying it.
And I wanted to.
I'm not buying it. Shake.
Congratulations.
I'm not buying it, Crypto.
Congratulations.
So listen, I'll say this, right? DeVore, Ty, Crypto, Shake, you guys have been Dolphins fans your whole lives, correct? Grown up as such. Y'all can't tell me that in these bleak years before, recently, that there hasn't been times where you didn't kind of like take your eye off the Dolphins. I know I have. Or like I didn't follow the team as the fan I know that I've always been to them because of just the way the organization's been run or whatever, right? To me, back like if you think about like Greg Camarillo years, right? Those Dolphins. I used to go those years before and during and after. I used to go to this place and watch it. It was like filled. The whole bar and restaurant would fill up with Dolphin fans, and these were diehards from way back when, right? And a lot of people stopped coming. That place quit showing the games like that, hosting them out of market because I'm up in Central Florida a little bit. My point is that during that time, they gathered up. They found these people, and they still are gathering up the people that will always cape for the football team, ride or die. And not that I'm saying like don't ride or die with your team, but like hold on, Ty, because you're not going to want to point your finger over your head like that in a second. Okay. These are the people that are willing to let this franchise cuck them and lie to them no matter what and sell them hopium, which is part of the business. And I get that. The problem is, along with all the people that are real Dolphin fans that took their eyes away, then get these people having a healthy population, insert the Tuineers that came into it, and now we got a shit firestorm on our hands, boys. And this team on the spiral that it's been since the time Ross has gotten this team. We haven't really had control over this fan base, over the narratives, over what's real and what's bullshit. It's all bullshit right now. And we better do something because it's going to only be what we've gotten from this team until we have unity as a fan base to hold this team accountable for the shortcomings, because we're paying, we're creating, we're talking. I waste my time, my energy, my fucking livelihood, my freaking sanity for this team, right? It's our fault. And it's time this fan base needs a cleanse. That's what needs to happen.
I agree.
1000%. I couldn't say that shit even better.
I agree. We got fans. We got fans who selling their season tickets to the opposite team's fan base.
We got fans that are only buying tickets
to make money off of them.
To make money. That's right. Yeah. To make money. To make money.
By
this
the way,
team has turned from a blue collar, regular folk fan base to a great investment. That's what it's turned into. A great investment for those. I mean, listen, even go to like the stadium, and that's not all like this, but how many people out there just trying to take a piece of the financial action? I remember when I was younger, you went there and everything you brought, you gave away. This was us. I didn't know most of these people, but we knew each other in this way. We were a fandom of a family. That's what we were. We rode and died with the team. But we would motherfuck them too. Because it was for us. We were the family. The colors were the blood. And the players we cared about, but only because they were our players. That motherfucker goes to Seattle or something. Fuck that guy. I never liked him anyhow. I get you with the Fangio thing. But the problem is that they're not serving us anymore. They're serving the almighty dollar. They're serving themselves. It's just the service industry. When I go to a restaurant and I order a steak and that steak come back and it's like a tire and I said medium rare, I'm not going to sit there and muscle it down because I'm starving. I'm paying $40 for this expensive nice ass T-bone. I need you to do it right. So I'm not gonna. You see what I'm saying? I don't need that two steak up in this bitch. I'm gonna be blocked up for a day or two. God damn it! Might catch a concussion on the toilet. What the fuck?
I tell you out. Like for instance, you look at certain chains. I'm not gonna say no names, but certain grocery chains, right?
Put a name on it.
Certain grocery chains,
Taco Bell,
and
food,
like Target, right? You see Target.
That's cap.
They price things specifically to keep out a certain demographic, and I think that's what Ross did.
Fucking 1,000,000%, buddy.
Wow,
1,000,000%.
That's how that team gentrification.
Toss the boss, Ross.
Team gentrification. Who said that? Was that you? Who said team gentrification?
I did.
That is exactly right, bro. That's what they doing to us. They're gentrifying our fucking. And you know what? Two can play at this game. We taking our community back, everybody. That's what we doing. We taking our fucking community back.
Toss Ross.
Hashtag Toss Boss Ross, dog. Hashtag Toss Boss Ross. That guy been selling us hopes and dreams. The only hopes and dreams I've seen done around here.
On the market already.
Yeah, 15% for like almost $2 billion. Like what the hell? That guy. The only thing hope and dream I seen is his come true. Motherfucker got a racetrack. Motherfucker got a goddamn. He turned a Disneyland down there.
And don't even live in Miami.
And don't even live in Miami. What's gonna happen soon? No, I don't live in Miami. You got Disneylands all over the place, baby. That motherfucker got 3 or 4 of these things cooking. He got that building. New York, though. He got that building that runs on garbage and shit down in New York. You seen that shit? You heard that shit? He got a building run. He's rebuilding all of fucking Detroit. They fucking poison the water out there and whatever the fuck it's called. That bitch been buying it up. Him and his daughter. That motherfucker ain't our friend. That guy ain't on our side. That bitch is cucking us. He taking our money. You know what you're gonna see in the next couple of years? You're gonna see. You're gonna be walking through the stadium, right? And you're gonna be here, and there's all this shit now, even more to what we already got. And they're gonna have those placards, and it's gonna say, "You are here," and it's gonna have like the little. It's gonna be like Disneyland. It's gonna be like Disneyland. You got a little map to show you where the fuck you going for all the bullshit. Oh, let's go to the Ferris wheel and go to the Dolphins game. I don't like it, bro. They're fucking my shit up.
And can I be honest? Because I will say, in the recent years, I have kind of like lost interest in wanting to cover the Dolphins due to what we just stated, but also a lot of things that cannot be said as well. And a lot of people seem to lose sight of that or are just blinded by it.
Well, I mean, listen, dog. Why don't you say some of what that not said? I want to hear it.
I ain't gonna say it now. I feel like we gave them a little bit of icing of it. Just give them something to sleep on tonight. Then we can come back with the deeper shit later.
It's weird that our owner is the reason the Jets don't have a stadium in Manhattan. He beat out the Jets to create the Hudson Yards neighborhood with his bid. The Jets wanted to build a stadium, and then the Olympics would have came to New York City if they would have won. They would have combined that stadium with Jacob Javits Center. It would have been something.
You know what? And maybe that's why they're taking it out on this team.
Was it? I can't remember, but it was a report when they had an owners meeting, and Ross was the only owner that chose to
vote against something.
I can't remember what
I know what it was. He voted against moving Raiders to Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
So he must have had something invested in that where he had
it. It ain't no moral code with a billionaire, buddy. It ain't no fucking moral code why he did it. It was personal and business with a fucking billionaire, bro. Let's call it what it is. Moral.
His quote was, he said, "If you own a team, you should have deep pockets." That's his quote was.
See, now that's, you know what?
Well, that's a no-brainer.
Bet.
That was
probably the most truthful fucking thing I ever heard that motherfucker say, dude. God damn. Fuck that guy. I don't know. Listen, it's have and have
nots. That's calling the kettle black.
Yeah. It's have and have nots. And this motherfucker been trying to act like he not someone who got. Like, don't even play. I don't like it. I don't like what they've done with this organization. And ever since he's been here, it seems like we're on a 4-year cycle broken up into 3.5-year increments, if that makes sense. Because every third year, coach is fired.
Yeah.
Right after, listen,
Yeah,
right after they get an
2 years title.
extension. Right after they get an extension, too. Don't forget,
Yeah.
they extended Joe Philbin, fired him that year. They
Thank
extended
God.
Adam Gase, fired him that year.
Thank God.
Sperano,
Thank God
fired him.
now.
Well, you could have
Yeah.
get rid of Philbin.
You
You
forgot
should have
about
got rid of
Sperano.
Philbin a year too.
They'll
I
never
ain't with
hire
that
that
dude
dude.
no more.
Yeah, Sperano got
Agreed.
fired
And-
too.
They
and
never
listen,
hired him.
Agreed.
You
again,
wouldn't have hired him.
I
He never
tell-
would have had
I
Tannehill.
got
I
his
told you.
template. He got his template.
I told you the reason they extend people those coaches and fire them is because it's more incentive for him to sign the NDA, whatever it's called, and get the money. Because that's why Brian Flores. I just learned that with Brian Flores. Brian Flores didn't get his last years that was owed to him because
Hey,
he
he was on
refused
2
to sign
more
the
years.
he refused to sign the whatever the NDA, whatever.
Non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure.
Yeah, an NDA. Yeah. So now they figured, because look at Belichick.
Like, nope, I'm snitching.
Belichick, they signed him, and guess what?
That's
They fired
right.
him a
Nope,
year
I'm
later.
snitching. That's exactly what he said. Nah, dog, you can't take your hush money and shove it up your ass. I'm snitching, yo. What the fuck? It is. It's hush money. It's control money. It's I'm gonna write this contract, and it's fucking payola, bro.
Yeah.
Let's not act like it ain't been dirty business up in this bitch, and that's the deal.
I'll give you another example.
Please.
Robert Griffin III.
Uh-oh.
Remember, he was about to come out with that book.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he made the promo video for the book, after that promo for the book, the book was never released. You ain't never hear nothing about the book after that. And then you started seeing him on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm be conspiracy
Subway.
with this.
Subway. He was getting all these endorsement deals. Hey, who else got some new endorsement deals around here, dog?
Oh, man.
Tua did, dog. I've been seeing Tua
What'd he
everywhere.
do? What's he doing?
Paramount. He's on every Paramount commercial. Well, I guess it's just Paramount. I know he did some others.
I think JJ Watts was in one commercial with Paramount.
Yeah,
right?
he's in every Paramount Plus commercial right now. All that shit, dog. Telling you, he getting those endorsement dollars too. Something's coming again. If we,
I think he's gonna get cut.
I ain't got the bandwidth and the memory hole because of how the internet keeps everything. Yet they erase so much too at the same time. Go back and try to find some shit. So hard to find.
Scummy might get his wish. Tua's going to get cut. Scummy, where's Scummy at? We got to bring Scummy up here.
Maybe they come up with something that could treat CTE. That'd be great.
I don't know. Hey, if he gets cut, we got to bring Scummy on the panel and have a, in-depth interview.
They're saying, right, that there's an exit clause before March 14th of next year that we can get out. We can get out the contract at E30.
We'll still owe him like 40-something million.
Yeah,
but we won't owe him 215 million.
Yeah. But
a
1 year.
Mark my words. Mark my words. That will not happen that way.
Nope.
What'll happen is they will, if Tua doesn't play for the Dolphins and ultimately won't play football again, if he backs out in this way, it'll be a
he's got broadcasting deal already in place.
It would be. Yeah, he does. Him and Nick Saban going to be up there with Pat McAfee.
Why, real quick? So he doesn't get the 200 million if he doesn't play.
Right now, the Dolphins have 93 million in dead cap. Okay,
93 million.
And that number stays true till the 14th of March. If they cut him anytime before that, they got to pay 93 million in dead cap, which they've already paid 40-something million this year. They'd have to pay the remaining 40-something million next year. That's where they're at right now. If they after March 14th, they then carry another 30 million or something in dead cap on top of the 40 million they pay, it would turn to like 70 million again. So they can cut him and get off in that way. What they'll end up doing is cutting him some kind of retirement, injury settlement, goodbye letter, give him a kiss on his forehead, and it'll probably be somewhere around $100 million in totality, 125 in totality from what he's already been paid to what they'll pay him back. Thing is, they could then take that money and spread it out over 5-6 years if they want, and give them all of it's up front, but we're going to account for it in the cap for the next 5 years, and now they can keep it pushing. That's what they'll do. Backload a lot of it. We'll be hearing about Tua Tagovailoa in 2027. Been gone 2 years, and he accounts for $12 million in cap. You know what I'm saying? That's how this shit's gonna work.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. That's smart though. That's smart business, considering the fact that you can space that out. You can do something else with the roster. Hey, where'd that dude that was on here the last time was like DeVore would suck as a GM? Where'd that dude at?
He probably CB83.
No, not him. It was another dude. I can't remember what his name is.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna have to go back and
Maybe don't say stuff like that. He's too
look for that.
Yeah.
I had to find that dude.
I don't know. But hey, guys, I got a slide. Shake,
Yeah,
great
me too.
show.
Hey, listen,
Likewise.
DeVore, bless. I'll see you guys.
For real, man.
Yeah, our producer doesn't want us to go over 2 hours, and we're kind of there. So
5.
Sorry,
next time.
5 minutes over.
Capitan.
Shake luck.
All right,
man.
yo.
Hey, listen.
Everybody be
listen,
easy, man.
I'm gonna send y'all. You know, I'll speak to y'all if y'all available on Wednesdays, man. I would love to have y'all come up at least during the football season and chop it up with y'all.
We here for you, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So
appreciate it, gentlemen.
See you guys around.
Wish y'all
man.
the best of luck on
man.
Sunday.
Don't be a stranger, man.
Hey, people in the chat. Keep
hey,
your head up,
the boy, how much time you have for tonight?
I got like 5 more minutes.
Okay, you got to head out. All right.
Yeah, you know, it's dinner time.
I got you, man.
I've been eating
Dinner time in the
during
DMV.
show.
We know what that is.
With mumbo sauce.
So, all right, DeVore,
mumbo
give me
sauce.
some final thoughts and let us know what you're doing these days, and same thing with Bless Man. Go ahead.
Final thoughts is, again, Dolphins fans, keep your head up. The Seattle Seahawks this week is going to be a tough matchup. We just got to get past the Seahawks, and we'll have a lesser of a load next week with the Tennessee Titans, where we can get things back on track, or get Scott on the same page. But all in all, appreciate you guys having me up on here. We had a very, very deep conversation. Lately, I've been getting into some movie reviews and some movie news. I'm kind of taking a break from Dolphins talk for obvious reasons, as we just got finished talking about the organization in general. But movie fanatics is what we're doing. Dolphins fans, again, keep your head up. Season ain't over. We're only 2 games in.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
I wanted to say something real quick, Shake, before I go. I just read the comment of
no
Game
doubt.
Boy 305.
Yeah, he gave me my props too. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate it, Game Boy, man. No, man, we gotta hold it down, Game Boy, man. Gotta keep it going, man. I appreciate the love, man. You know what I said? You know what I said to Game Boy 305 on my show, right?
What's that?
Shake. I said my bad.
All right, KP.
I said Game Boy, you're not Game Boy no more. You're Xbox One, man. You upgraded to the best gaming system of all time.
Actually, PlayStation is the best system, but that's neither here nor there.
No. We know what the superior system is.
No more Game Boy 305.
Yeah,
Game Boy,
baby.
He's been upgraded.
I tell you what,
Xbox One, man.
I tell you what.
Xbox One.
Next week, if y'all up for it, one of the topics is going to be, even though this is Dolphin centric, is going to be Game Boy versus PlayStation.
PS5. Let's go.
You said Game Boy. What you say? Nintendo versus PlayStation.
Nintendo
has been obsolete for the past 15 years.
PS5 versus.
No, actually, no, it didn't. I think Nintendo Switch has come back though. They got the Switch though. They got the Switch.
They got
the Switch. Ain't nobody messing with no Nintendo. Hey, no video game exclusive going on no damn Nintendo.
And man, they got all the accessories you need, man. You can't be hating on Nintendo.
We talking about money grabs. That's a money grab right there.
You can't be hating on Nintendo, man. Stop it.
Hey, back in the 90s, Nintendo, you got it with Sega. But if we're being honest, Nintendo been dead since the GameCube.
Hey, I don't know, I don't know, man.
Anyway, all right, Bless. Any final thoughts? So we can wrap this up. And DeVore has some dinner.
This is my unopened.
Got it.
This is my unopened Madden. I haven't even opened it yet because I'm not finished with
PS5. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
we'll let you get a break on that. We'll give you a pass on the PS5.
I haven't opened it yet because I was that's Tua got hurt before I opened my mat, and that's crazy, yo.
Hey, you know what this is, right?
You know it, the PS5, boy. Well, I'm Todd Bless. Right now I work. I do tech here over here in Florida, but my main thing is doing music. I have an album out now called The Hype Man. You can go check that out all platforms and stuff. Check out my whole catalog. You know what I mean? To see what I've been in the music game for like 30 years. You know what I mean?
Hold on, real quick.
Shake. Yeah, I did that intro for Shake right here.
Yeah.
Shake. Shake money in the place. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender with Shake and his friends. We're going to talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender.
Yeah. Listen, y'all gotta go check out In the Blender to see that intro. That shit is fire.
That's what's up. Thank you, Shake. For
I'm gonna send you the. I'm gonna send you the intro. I'm gonna send you the clip. I'm gonna send you the show what I did with Flexing.
Okay, that was actually pretty dope, though, Blessman. That's nice.
For real. Thank you.
But
my dream though, what I'm thinking about Dolphins though, like I'm hoping like, because again, Mike McDaniels to me has been the GOAT of like not the GOAT like greatest of all time. I'm talking about hero versus GOAT. He's been the GOAT of the season with this. I feel his play call has been uninspiring, and I think our execution has been a little bit worse. So I'm hoping that this challenge brings forth new wrinkles, new things that make our offense exciting. And I really hope that they create a package for Skylar. I mean, for Tyler to go along with Skylar, and we become that kind of an offense where you know what I'm saying. Skylar's the main QB, but we have like 6 or 7 plays for Tyler too, where we throw them off balance, and then I know he's going to run it and he's going to pass it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see some creativity, and I just want to be exciting.
All I know is the only wrinkles that Mike McDaniels has in his offense is the ones that I'm getting here on my forehead and the grays that I'm getting in my chin. Those are the only wrinkles he's got.
I don't know, man. I believe in him, man. I don't know. I believe in him. I hope not. He's not going through something where he forgot how to do his thing. That's all.
But anyway, I appreciate y'all, man, for coming through, hitting the like button. Of course, CCRR, Game Boy 305. Craig,
everybody, man.
55.
Hey, yo, Game Boy, you gotta change your name, dog. Now I ain't like that name no more. Change Xbox Series.
I like Craig
Xbox
55.
Series
look at Craig 55. See, that's what Tua needs. He needs Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. Mr. Miyagi. Oh, damn, I ain't seen that in a while. Karate Kid.
Yeah. But real quick, before we do leave, there was something I'm glad that reminded me. I'm gonna end on this note. All right, hold on 1 second. Damn it!
What's that, boy?
I gotta end. Damn it!
Something.
I'm gonna end this note. Give me a second. Interesting. So apparently, last year, Tua took, taekwondo, judo lesson, jiu-jitsu lesson.
Better learn how to fall, shit.
Yeah,
it's the jiu-jitsu season last year.
Yeah, so apparently,
we didn't hear too much from it this year.
Yeah, we found out who the instructor was.
Uh-oh.
Sheba Army Brand. Yep, Xbox all day. There you go. We got some Xbox fans in here.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what Sega did? They passed the torch to Xbox. They said, "Here, you have our what's the word? You have our approval, Xbox. Going over here. We're gonna go ahead and start making home appliances now. You go ahead and take over the game industry, Xbox. Here you go. Take our controller design. Here you go. Take our exclusives.
Sony backing out is what you're saying?
Hey,
Sega,
Sony can't
Sega.
Sony can't touch it.
So you trying to say Xbox is a souped up Dreamcast?
If we're being honest,
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast was way before its time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it
It
was.
was way before its time, buddy. Like that memory card with the Chia Pet in the middle, dog. Man, PlayStation had that little ass cartridge sitting there, but that Chia Pet though, you put it in the controller, you see the thing moving and shit, and you had the vibrator. Man, no homo. No, excuse me, no Diddy.
Hey, that's some fucked up shit, right? Like that's the PC way to say no HO. You know what I'm saying? Like say no Diddy. Like that's wild. I never.
But real quick, no. I found that apparently this was Tua's karate instructor.
Oh God. I knew he was gonna bring up that dude.
Man.
Yo, like it's any like tap in the back of his head, man. I don't know about that. Man. It's scary to watch, man. Any like tap in the back of his head, he's
so. All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Fins up, no matter what, baby.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Fins up.
Peace.